So we got to ask you, Charisse. And like I say,
Sweetie, this is the truth. This is for all y'all YouTubers making thousands of videos.
What's good, family? It's your boy Misguided, and Luce Cannon, his wife Charisse, and 600, aka Christopher Lovejoy, are having a serious problem. A situation that's not only messy, but layered with strategy, misinformation, and real consequences. Just days ago, a video surfaced on Charisse and Luce's YouTube, an old call between Luce and 600, where Luce is confronting him aggressively about some real deal hood politics. The moment it dropped, the internet jumped on it, and almost immediately, 600 responded, visibly bothered, questioning why this was happening and why he was being targeted. But what most people watching don't realize is, this isn't just random. In my opinion, this is calculated, and this is part of a bigger play. See, a lot of folks are saying Charisse is reckless for putting that video out, that she's putting her own husband's freedom in jeopardy. But that couldn't be further from the truth. I've been around Luce for a while. I've worked close with him, and I've talked to him multiple times while he's been behind bars in the feds. And I can tell you with confidence, this isn't Charisse's idea. It's Luce's. Every bit of it.
I across a few videos, a few people sent me the videos, and it's about, Luce Cannon's girlfriend, baby mama, Charisse, and she's releasing audio of Luce Cannon having conversations with me and, about Brick and stuff like that, from almost 2 years ago in August 2023. And title talking about Luce Cannon check 600, presses 600, something like. So she called herself attacking me, for whatever reason. Like, I don't know why she's doing this, because I've met Charisse a few times and we haven't seemed to have no problems, you know what I'm saying? At least as far as I thought. And, she called herself trying to attack me for whatever reason, you know what I'm saying? But, so let's get into it. So, I'm like, why me? What I do? You feel what I'm saying? So Candace in jail on a big Eureka, and they're not letting him get a bail based on, his actions, his YouTube, his threats and saying, now I'm trying to help him out. You know what I'm saying? I'll let the world know you ain't from 60s, bro. so that might help you out a little bit. Especially when you're in a courtroom saying that, that's just a character. Luce Cannons is a character, you know what I'm saying? And you can tell me your real name. But when you got a female like Charisse, what you really trying to do, Charisse? Because they're in there saying that he's this, that, and the other. Him and his lawyer is saying that that's just a character. He's not really like that. But you, knowing what they said in court, knowing what he's being charged for, you're releasing videos from almost 2 years ago. He's saying that he attacked people, 6-0, this, that, and the other, right? It's just crazy.
See, what we are witnessing is the evolution of a public figure who's not just fighting a federal case. He's managing a digital empire at the same time. And whether you agree with the approach or not, you have to admit it's unprecedented. So in today's video, we're gonna unpack the backstory behind this call. Why 600 is trying to say Luce was never a rolling 60, and why that narrative may actually help Luce's legal strategy, even if it looks crazy to the public. We're going deeper than the headlines, deeper than the IG posts, because this isn't just about street politics. This is about how content, narrative, and a perception are becoming weapons in a new kind of war. Let's get into this.
The person that they don't like is helping them out, saying you're not from 60s. Let's get that straight. So we're trying to tell the world, you're not from 60s, so the feds don't hold that against him. He ain't from our hood. He ain't roll with us. He not from where I'm from, right? You are playing audio. Now, mind you, Luce Cannon ain't been on no wiretaps, as far as we know. So you're giving them information. You're giving them information of him saying these things. You're helping their investigation out. They didn't have those wiretaps. You know what I'm saying? You're playing private conversations that we never knew was recorded. You don't want him to come home? Because I know he ain't telling you to play that. You know what I'm saying? I know he because based on what he's saying in court, that Luce Cannons is just a character. So he's trying to say that's just an act. So I know he ain't telling you, I'm really like that. I know he ain't told you to do that. So we got to ask you, Charisse. And like I say, I usually keep things, drama, away from, women and children and family members and stuff like that, right? But there's an exception. When they put me in a caption and call themselves attacking me, there's exceptions when they want to join. I know a whole bunch of ops got kids and families and women and stuff like that. On the other hand, Charisse want to, control the content and use me as clickbait. You know what I'm saying? So let me ask you this, Charisse. Why are you doing that? Do you really not want him to come home? I believe that you're smart. I believe that you're not the one who, has to be, held with their hand. I believe you can hold your own. So I believe you know what's going on in the real world. So it's so now we see, why are you doing this? Why are you giving the feds information on wiretaps that they don't have? Do you want them to keep him? So if you don't want him to come home, what you got going on that you don't want your baby mama, your baby father come home? What you got going on in your personal life that you don't want him to come home? Now, before we get to speculating on the reasons why she's doing things that show she don't want him home, let's just I'm gonna let y'all, put the title on that and whatever you want to call it, on why she doesn't want him to come home. You know what I'm saying? Because it's pretty obvious. You know what I'm saying? Now, like I said, I can make this video a whole bunch of different ways, you feel me? And, insinuate a whole bunch of different things. But I might save it just based on, what she's doing. I'm gonna let her, see where we're going with this thing, you feel me? Before I get to saying what I know. Yeah, because, it's a small world. We'd all done our thing, you feel me? We all know people who know people. You feel me? We all know who we've been with before. You get the picture. We all been around. We all grown. We all 40. So it ain't like, we in our teens and we ain't had that many, but we all done been around this thing, you feel me? So, but before we get into all that stuff, so let's see what Charisse got to say. Why she got me all in the title, like I'm the bad guy, and I'm the one that told the feds that he ain't from 60s. So, I want y'all to send this to her, and I'm curious to see what she's gonna say, and like I say, it's respectfully, what I'm saying? We gonna keep it respectful.
See, now what's interesting in 600's response, he quickly tried to flip the narrative, saying Luce was never a rolling 60. He was just a character. He's telling stories. And to the average person watching from the outside, that might seem like a dig, but for Luce, it might actually help his defense. Because when you're fighting a federal RICO case tied to a street organization, the one thing you don't want to be seen as is a real documented member. So when 600 says Luce was never really part of it, even if it's not true, he's feeding into a defense narrative that could help Luce beat and shave time. The irony, Luce is the one who built that storyteller identity. He's the one who put out podcast episodes and did no jumper interviews detailing his past, telling war stories, and building a brand. And now, those same stories are being used against him by the federal government. But instead of backing down, Luce is leaning in, strategically in my opinion. A lot of people are blaming Charisse Mills for releasing the audio. Some say she's moving reckless, trying to get her husband jammed up. But that's not the case at all. I know this for a fact. Charisse didn't want to drop any videos. That's the last thing she wants to do. She's raising a child. That move came straight from Luce himself. He's still calling shots from inside when it comes to his social media empire and dropping videos, which I totally agree with. It was a main moneymaker for him, and still hands-on with every piece of content. But honestly, this isn't anything new. Luce has always been like this. From the moment I met him, he was locked in on strategy and content. I've seen him shoot multiple videos a day, weeks of content scheduled out, and collabs lined up. He was running it like a business long before all this legal drama hit. And you think he's gonna change now? Luce is a worker, and he's gonna work. And now that he's inside, he hasn't slowed down at all. People forget this YouTube thing isn't just a hobby for Luce and many other content creators. It can make a lot of money, and it's his brand. It's his voice. It's his income that he needs right now. Why would he stop the one thing still feeding his family and building public interest while he's fighting the battle of his life? And yes, his legal team is aware. His family is aware. His team is aware. He's not moving in the dark. Whatever strategy they're using, it involves staying visible, staying active, and owning the narrative. And that's rare. Now, I'm not here to tell you if it's right or wrong. I'm not here to say if dropping content from prison is a good look or not. I'm just here to remind y'all that none of us are in Luce's shoes. And let's not all act like we wouldn't watch if another major artist was doing the same thing. If Young Thug had a phone in prison updating us weekly on his situation, people would have been eating it up. Same with Casanova, same with Gunna, but when Luce does it, suddenly everyone wants to act too gangsta for that. Everyone wants to look like John Gotti, like silence equals strength, Emreta. But in this era, sometimes visibility is your best weapon, and Luce figured that out before most people did. You might not like his approach, you might not understand it, but if you think Luce Cannon is moving without a plan, you don't know him at all.
She didn't, as far as I see, go out her way to. Well, she said she did say some things about me. I've ignored her. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, I've really been on some whole other stuff. But let's see what it be. See y'all soon.
So where does this all leave us? With a man fighting federal charges, with a wife and child at home, managing a media presence, and rewriting what it means to navigate federal pressure in a digital age, and with another man, 600, maybe trying to defend his name, while also trying to discredit it. But what's undeniable is this: we are witnessing something new, and it's entertaining as hell. We've never had a front row seat like this into the life of someone going through a federal RICO case of this size in real time before. Like it or not, Luce is making history here. And the question isn't whether he's crazy. The question is whether the rest of the world is ready to catch up on the strategy that he's playing. If you got value out of this breakdown, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and please drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Is 600 helping or hurting the situation? And is Luce playing a dangerous game? Or is he playing smart business? I appreciate y'all for tapping in as always. More deep dives. Stay sharp. Stay safe. Stay real. Always stay loyal. It's your boy Misguided. I'm out of here.